जय भोलेनाथ, जय घोर शंभु. Namaskar, Namaste, greetings, and a warm welcome to the fifth podcast on our channel, Night Shadow. I hope you are all doing well with the blessings of the Almighty, the love and care of your dear ones, and the support of your best friends and buddies. I am your host Avdhut, and you are listening to Night Shadow. In the last episode, we talked about how Akal Mrityu, the untimely death of a person, leads to soul turning into a ghost. We spoke about how haunted hotspots are created when large number of people die at the same place in an instant or gradually over a period of time. The change in the energy of haunted places leading to ghost sightings. I also shared a case study wherein a girl child was possessed and why the possession came to occur. More or less, this is what we covered in the last podcast. Before we begin our today's session, I want to talk about a basic golden rule of Tantra. Remember, this one golden rule of Tantric Vidya, the dark arts. The magic word here is Guru. Only a genuine Guru can teach you Tantra. One cannot learn it from books, the internet, or just by trial and error, or from someone who's learning the art but yet is not a Guru. There is no knowledge without a Guru. Guru bina gyan nahi. This is the first lesson of Tantra. You can chant a mantra million times, but without a Guru's guidance, his blessings, his support, the mantra will never ever bear results. There can be no Siddhi without a Siddha Guru. Almost every mantra in every type of mystic arts of Hinduism are dormant in nature. These have been made dormant by Mahadev so that they are not misused by anyone. It's like they have been cursed and have been put in a state of suspension. We define this act in Sanskrit language as mantra kilam. Rough translation means the mantra has been nailed or pinned down. For example, think you're using a Google map and the smartphone hangs. The screen freezes. You cannot do anything. You have to reboot the handset and use the map again. Such is the scene of almost every mantra. It is in a dormant nature. The process to awaken the mantra is called Utkilan Vidhi. Then comes the second part of energizing the mantra. This is called Mantra Siddhi. It can take anywhere between 45 days to 120 days, and in some cases 6 months to years altogether, just to energize a mantra. A Guru teaches you the proper way to awaken the mantra, and he guides you step by step. Every mantra is unique and they may have similar or not so similar process to awaken it. I strictly advise you not to go running around and make any Tom, Dick and Harry your Guru. I'm going to speak on the importance of a Guru and how to choose one very soon. Don't commit the mistakes I did. I lost more than 25 years of my life, was fooled by too many so-called gurus, and definitely lost a lot of money in the process. So guys, I'm giving you free advice worth 25 years of experience. Don't make haste. Half knowledge is more dangerous than no knowledge at all. And Tantra is a field where life is on the edge. Just not yours, but also of the people near and dear to you. A mistake in the Kriya can cause the loss of life, either yours or the ones you care about the most. I knew a person who tried doing Kal Bhairav Siddhi after reading a book and after a suggestion of a quack guru. The poor chap suffered cardiac arrest and died during the Kriya. Tantra field is not a DIY tool. Take my words and this warning very, very, very seriously. Now we connect to the point where we closed the last podcast. Let's begin. We Hindus cremate the deceased. It takes 13 days for the soul to disconnect from the living world. If it is a destined death, the soul of the deceased moves around the people it loves the most, its acquaintances, and the person it used to hold grudges against. By destined death, I mean that the person has completed his lifespan and died. Now this soul will roam and try to connect with the living for the next few days. It's hard for the soul to come to accept the fact that its time in this plane is over and it has to move ahead. Post 13 days, I really don't know what happens, if the dead go to heaven or hell, or if such a place actually exists. None of the gurus answered me this clearly, or rather I should say that they did not want to share the truth with me, as maybe I am not worthy of it yet. What I can talk about with clarity is of the souls that stay back and haunt others, the ghosts. The last rites in Hindu religion are done by cremating the body in Shamshan. The Shamshan is also called as Mashan. This is the purest place for all tantrics, Aghoris, and the practitioners of dark arts. Most people fear the cemetery, but instead of fear, the right element should be respect. A cemetery is a gateway between life and death. This is where Tantra Vidya, the left-handed way of worship, begins. Death is the ultimate truth, and we all will be reaching there in some point of time. Every cemetery is a doorway between life and the realms beyond. For a Aghori, it's his home, it's his playground, it's his school, it's his workplace, it's his temple, it's his identity, it's his universe, it's the definition of his existence. Every Hindu cemetery is controlled by Tamsi deities. You will find Mahadev in the form of Shivalinga. The other chief deities are Kal Bhairava, Shamshan Bhairava, Shamshan Kali, also called as Mari Mata or Mari Maiya. Mari means dead, and Mata and Maiya, they both mean mother. Mari Mata or Mari Maiya literally translates to as dead mother. Then there is Mashana Devta, there is Vetal. There are various demons and demigods which reside inside the cemetery. The 5 elements, namely earth, fire, water, air and space, are equally important elements and are worshipped in Tantra as well as in Hinduism. Any of the 5 elements can also be used as witness in the Kriyas along with the oil lamp. Tantric puja is directed towards invoking these deities and seeking their blessings and siddhi. Only then can an Aghori attain powers which are out of the ordinary. The sadhak is capable of bending the laws of nature and physics. This is just the start of the journey. The end motive is to attain moksha and liberate oneself and unite with the Param Brahma. In the Hindu Sanatana Dharma, the female goddesses are considered more supreme than the male gods. Some point of time in history, Hindu Dharma was Shakti Pratham, meaning the women were considered superior to men. This got corrupted with the time and society became male dominated. For almost all the male gods, there is a female counterpart, which are usually more powerful. For every Bhairava, there is a Bhairavi. For every Yaksha, there is a Yakshini. Then come the smaller demigods. At the lowest level are the ghosts of the deceased. It's due to the presence of these deities. The ghosts and spirits in Shamshan cannot escape or possess the living who go there, nor can they escape out on their free will. Every cemetery is a fortified place like a prison. Secondly, the aura of a person plays a very important role in the protection of a person. The stronger the aura, the more protected he or she is from the paranormal forces. What breaks the aura is poor health, drug or alcohol abuse, mental agony, physical abuse, depression, self-neglect, and not taking care of your overall health. Even a simple shower under the water is more than enough to cleanse your body as well as strengthen your aura. Water itself is a very good conductor of energy. If one looks at the number of deaths happening every day across the globe, the world should be overrun with spirits and ghosts. But that is not the case. There are forces that command and control cemeteries. These forces exist to keep the balance of the ghosts and souls in check. How do ghosts come into existence? As discussed earlier, an accidental death can tie a soul to the place of incident and he or she can become a ghost. Any premature death, that is death before one's time, definitely leads to the rising of a ghost. Another way is when a tantric or a raghuri or a sadhak raises a dead from the shamshan. There is a kriya to do that and it's called preta siddhi. Pret means ghost and siddhi means to attain and achieve. When pret siddhi is completed, the sadhak gains complete control over the ghost and command it to do its bidding. The ghost actually becomes the slave of the sadhak. Most of the ghosts reside in places where there is minimum or no thoroughfare of human beings. These desolate places are away from civilization. Unclean places are mostly preferred by the dead. Forest, abandoned properties, railway tracks, abandoned mines. Usually places which are dark, where people fear to go. I am still not sure what is with the ghosts and the lights. But there is another place inside the city where you will find ghosts. Hospitals are the second place after a cemetery where you can be sure of finding them. A hospital sees birth and death every day, maybe even every hour. The patients suffer from different diseases and the human body is at its worst here, physically as well as mentally as well as emotionally. Sadness, despair, depression, grief, pain, desperation, anxiety and suffering. Such negative emotions are filled in the air of a hospital. You will surely find ghosts here, but again in an area where there's minimum or no thoroughfare of human beings. The morgue, the basements, rooms which are not in use, stairs which are least used, a place which is dark, peaceful and quiet. I'm yet to figure out what solace they find in such areas. Lastly, coming to an important topic. Can the dead enter the temples or holy places? My answer is yes, they can. I see no reason why they would be stopped from entering a holy place. If a person has lived all his life worshipping God, he has lived rightly, he is a good guy, he is a good human being, and has met an unfortunate and natural death, why would God abandon or condemn him? Ghosts can visit the house of the god as long as they do not hurt or possess the living. The aura and energy of any god's house, irrespective of the faith system, is positively charged. Temples, church, gurdwaras or masjids, or any other religious place has an environment of bliss, joy, purity, hope and happiness. So a ghost who despises such an atmosphere will not enter. It's not that God is stopping him. It's the energy of that place that does not sync with the nature of the ghost. On the other hand, one who is clean of heart will always be in sync with the house of the god. Okay buddies, this is where we call it a day. I'm again running irregular on the podcast and I'm sorry for the same. I'm a working professional and have to pull out time to do this correctly and not just throw out any data just for the sake of it. I know there's no consistency, but then this is a subject wherein I cannot rush and I don't want to rush and there's so much to talk about. Well, feel free to connect with me, ask questions, share your experiences or simply say I'm good, I'm okay, I'm a fake or I'm a beau. I'll leave that up to you. We catch up very soon. Take care. God bless you. Enjoy the journey called life. Have fun while doing it. Live and let live. This is Avdut at Night Shadow signing off. Jai Bholenath, Jai Aghoris Shambhu.